So, with V8 Supercars returning this weekend, I thought it would be only fitting to have a look at one of the newest circuits on the calendar. No, not the Ben Motorsport Park, which is in fucking buttfuck nowhere. The Newcastle Street Circuit, which took over from the event around Sydney Olympic Park. Which, in my opinion, was a fucking crime against humanity. That circuit was great. Debuting in 2017, the race takes place, well, in Newcastle, a city on top of Australia's most toll road shithole, fucking Sydney. 2.6 kilometre, 14 turn track takes drivers around an undulating, tricky circuit, which has barely barely enough room for error, and has drivers rarely keeping their steering wheel straight as well. Okay, well, starting the lap on Wharf Road, the drivers make a right turn onto Watt Street, with turn 1 actually being 3 turns? What the fuck? Anyways, from there on, turns 4 to 9 are very similar to the staircase section at the Adelaide Street Circuit, with a downhill section overlooking the ocean, you know? I gotta admit, this track is, after researching it for approximately, 2 fucking minutes, the track is very Phillip Island-like. If you're a native to Australia, you know what Phillip Island is like. It's a very picturesque track. This Newcastle, it's very picturesque, you know. The drivers overlook the ocean and that, especially on this downhill staircase section and whatnot. At the end of the Stairway to Heaven comes turn 10 on Nobby Road. Yeah, Knob Road. A long, twisty, somewhat straight, which sees cars reaching around 180 to 200 kilometers an hour, which then leads into a hairpin at turn 12, which sees a lot of cars overtaking and quite a bit of action, and very sick burnout, I might add, by pretty sure it was Scotty McLaughlin. The last corner is a tight right-hander, which then leads onto the main straight. You know, it's good to see that with typically new tracks, you know, whether it's in Australia or overseas, there's a lot of concrete runoff, there's a lot of safety, whatever, blah, blah, blah. But this track, you know, Australia, in my opinion, knows how to do street circuits. This track is a very tight, undulating, tricky circuit, and there's no margin for error whatsoever. And the lap record around here is still set by Scotty McLaughlin, you know. Rest in peace, I really wish he came back to Australia, but anyway, I digress. A 1 minute 10.3, which was set in his Penske FGX Falcon back in 2019. So I've spoken a bit about the track, the layout, lap times, whatnot, but there's been controversy. There's been controversy at this track as well, and nothing more than in November 2017, when the title came down to Jamie Whincup from Triple Eight and Scotty McLaughlin from DJR Team Penske. So I'm going to keep this short. I'm not going to go into this controversy much because I don't want to spout what my fucking Snapchat again. And again, this is ridiculous. I swear to fucking... Anyway, yeah, to keep it short, not get into World War III with T8 and DJR supporters. Basically, McLaughlin was hit with, I think, 3 penalties it was, which handed the championship to Whincup, only fueling the fire to all the keyboard warriors, confirming that Supercars is run by a bunch of lizard people being paid off by Triple Eight. This is a joke. I don't actually believe that. I think it's all bullshit. But anyway, blah, blah, blah. Yes, so Scotty McLaughlin was hit with like 3 different penalties. You know, he won the race on Saturday. He was leading the championship. Come Sunday, fumbled it, got a bunch of penalties. And especially, you know what? I'm just gonna play this clip. And you guys can just watch for yourself what happened, because this was a crazy end to the race, I gotta admit. Well, as some juicy controversy. This track has had some alterations since its inception as well, with the hairpin, I think turn 12, I don't know if I can't be bothered going back in my notes, was altered a bit, so it can improve overtaking, and yeah, the track is still, you know, hard as fuck to overtake, but yeah, good luck, Cobber. Overall, since being off the calendar in 2020 due to the Peroni pandemic, the event is finally back this weekend in 2023. Seeing the debut of the Gen 3 cars, which is going to be really exciting. Yeah, that's going to be fun. If you haven't watched my other video, if you haven't heard the news about the parity situation between all the cars, yeah, anyway, it's going to be fun. It's going to be an interesting time for our sport. But hey, you know, this track does provide some good racing. You know, it's definitely going to be a test of reliability and strength of these new cars. And it's going to be interesting to see if Jack Smith isn't the first one to bin it into a wall.